Hey, it's Mason here from Graphics Master, and I'm recording the second tutorial now, which will cover opening files, dragging layers, and saving in different formats. So let's start with opening our first layer here. We're gonna open, or file open, or Control O, and just find a nice background here. I'm gonna use this. That looks pretty neat. So let's maximize that, and zoom in and zoom out with the mouse wheel, whatever. Or that. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to start off by looking at the layers here. And you'll notice that under layers here, we've got one layer, and it says background, and there's a lock next to it. Now, the lock means that it's a background. So the lock means that it's locked, and when you try to drag it with the move tool, it's going to be locked, and it's not going to move. And you can fix this by double-clicking and renaming it something like background layer. And then you can move it around, but it just looks stupid because there's nothing behind it. And it's supposed to be a background, so it should be in the back. So let's just make that so that it won't move anymore. There we go, it's locked again. Perfect. So now let's add another layer on top. Go to open or Control O, and let's open this iPod box that I made earlier on Photoshop. I'll be showing you tutorials on how to do 3D stuff and stuff like this later. For now, let's just look at this and use this as an example. Now, the best way to drag a layer onto another layer when it's all just one picture covering the entire canvas and you want to just take the entire picture, just click and drag onto the other picture there. Move it into the center, and you've got white all around it, but we can fix that. So let's fix that up. First of all, go to the eraser tool. And one way of doing it is going to the eraser tool, setting the opacity 100, and just start erasing. Now this will get rid of it, but you'll mess up and it'll turn out looking awful unless you do it really carefully and look bad. And yeah, so the best way of doing it, go to the eraser tool, magic eraser tool, and when you have all one color surrounding something, you just want to get rid of it. One click, it gets rid of all of that color. And the best tolerance setting is about 32 or 30, I think. I keep it at 32. Opacity 100, of course. So now, we've got two layers in here, and we'll go to the Move tool, which is V on the keyboard, there we go, and we can move this around and stuff. So we'll move that around, and get it in the right place. I want it out there. It looks a little bit big though, so maybe I should size it down. And the best way to scale something is just hit Control T on your keyboard, or go to Edit, and click Free Transform. Now we've got this box around the image, so let's just scale that down. But sometimes it will mess it up, because as long as this isn't pressed, properties aren't constrained. So if you press this, it will maintain the aspect ratio. And as you can see, it stays as it is, properly scaling it. Another way of doing that is just hold Shift and scale it down. So I want it to be that size there. That's pretty good for me. And also I want to rotate a little bit, so I'll just hover my mouse above it and turn it to the side. Move it up there again. Hit the check mark when I'm done, and I'm happy with that. So now we'll go to Layer, Flatten Image, and now it's all one layer. If I try to move it, it's locked. It's all one layer now. It's just put together in one piece. I'm happy with that. So now we're going to learn about saving. If you go to File, Save As, or Shift Control S on the keyboard, just rename it something like iPod with background swirl. Name something like that. Now the formats are very important. If you save it as a Photoshop, PSD, or PDD, it'll only be able to be opened on Photoshop. And if you try to email it to somebody without Photoshop, they can't open it. Now, some people would not have any idea how to fix this. Well, I'll teach you now. You have to go to JPEG. Under Format, choose JPEG. Any computer can open a JPEG. So now just hit Save, and it'll give you this. Now, when you're emailing something, it's best to turn it down to about low quality or medium. But if it's not a very large file, it's fine as it is, so just leave it. Go to OK, and there you go. That's all I want to show you in this tutorial. Thanks for watching.